Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to the Week Magazine Daily, sir. Now that confusion has been cleared, Tejashwi Yadav ji has been declared as the CM face for Grand Alliance. So he's up against a chief minister who has a 20-year tenure. So are we looking at a generational change in the state, or is it just a change of governance from one party to the other?
Look, first of all, let me address the first part of your question. The confusion was not in the minds of the people of Bihar, number one. The confusion was never in the minds of the alliance partners. The confusion was largely surgically planted by the BJP ecosystem in a section of media. And I think yesterday, with Ashok Gehlot ji being there, it was that curiosity, that artificial curiosity was addressed. Number two, when you ask about Nitish Kumar ji, I don't know. Bihar doesn't know whether we are up against Nitish Kumar ji or his governance. It's majorly about the way BJP has hijacked. Go to the support base of Nitish Kumar ji. They are upset because the best statement which comes from the self-declared Chanakya of BJP, Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister of India, that we are going in election under the leadership of Nitish Kumar ji. Going in election. Outcome of election, he doesn't talk. It's more or less like what we saw in Maharashtra. Eknath Shinde. They went in the election with Eknath Shinde. Then Shinde disappeared as outcome of election. And Devendra ji comes in. In Bihar, it is not that easy, I'm telling you. There is an uncertainty in his support base, Nitish ji's support base. And Tejashwi ji not simply represents a paradigm change in terms of a generation. He also represents paradigm change in terms of issues. Instead of hate, talking about hunger. Instead of fictitious rhetorical issues, he talks about employment, social security. He talks about enhancement in the salary of Jivika, and so on and so forth. If you look at health, education, whatever he has been speaking, that tells you it's a paradigm shift in case of Bihar under his leadership.
And so, Ashok Gehlot ji also announced that Mukesh Sahni will be the deputy CMs. He also hinted that there could be more deputy CMs. So, is the Grand Alliance looking at around 3 or 4 deputy CMs with the CMs to include the larger caste groups and vote banks?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. I cannot spell out, but since yesterday, I have seen again the BJP ecosystem expressing their concern about minorities. And I tell you, this party has been, the foundational stone has been laid by Laluji. Nobody can ever forget. Tejashwi has augmented that process. Our commitment to the cause of minorities, it has very few parallels all over India. So, because the way Ashok Gehlot ji said that other social groups shall be represented, and you would see that very soon, spelling it out by Tejashwi ji in a couple of days.
So yesterday, Tejashwi ji made a very important statement. He said that I'll have zero tolerance against corruption, crime, and even if my shadow indulges in wrongdoing, I'll be the first one to take action. Is it something to do with the consistent barbs from the ruling side about the Jungle Raj, that he's trying to break away from that particular?
Look, first of all, let me clarify to your audience, to your readers. Jungle Raj term was used by Patna High Court in case of a municipal misdeed in Patna, mismanagement or misdeed. Now that term, because I tell you, Laluji has never employed any PR agency for his image makeover. And so is the case of Tejashwi ji. He doesn't hire PR agency for image makeover. I wanted it to be clarified before your audience, number one. Number two, if Any regime has to be judged. It has to be judged on the basis of data. I challenge everyone. Our regime was, our party was in power till 2005. Hmm? From 1990 to 2005 and 2005 to 25. Let's have NCRB data on everything. Things will be clear, number one. Second, in last couple of years, corruption has penetrated Bihar in such a way that it is bleeding. Panchayat, block, and Thana. So, Tejashwi ji was very particular. Even in private conversation, he said within 24 hours of his taking over, he'll take action. There shall be a special cell which will receive feedback and do immediate action without waiting for very, very long. I think it is in that context he used a metaphorical statement that even if it is his shadow, the shadow shall be punished.
So what are the other issues you are flagging in this election, sir?
Look, Bihar needs, I have written a piece recently, Bihar needs a second chance. We don't like that the Prime Minister or the Home Minister or other ministers come to Bihar and they say that we have given you these many trains. Rubbish. Capital shall be invested in Gujarat and Bihar would be expected to clap that there are trains to carry the laborers from Bihar to Surat or Vadodara or other places. That, I think that kind of system has to be changed, number one. The other issues, since 2020, Tejashwi's focus has been on employment. The rate of unemployment in Bihar is alarming. Then his second priority is enhancement of social security network. Third would be to make sure that government jobs reach almost everyone. Fourth, health infrastructure has to be toned up. He tried doing it in this limited time he had as a deputy chief minister and minister for health. Educational overhauling. He has a blueprint. So I think if you look at it, education, health, employment, social security, these are the kind of issues we are taking to every, apart from such issues which provide immediate relief, that is 200 units of electricity free or gas cylinder which should be available at half the cost. I think these are the kind of things which people need as a relief and we are committed to doing that.
You also promised a government job for each family. Now, the economics doesn't add up. I mean, some people say that there are 23 lakhs of government employees starting from chief secretary to the peon level. So, translating it to 1 crore economics doesn't, the state doesn't have that kind of a...
Look, people actually look at the macro thing. They don't look at the micro thing. First, budget in Bihar needs to be relooked and reframed. Number one. Number two, when he commits for a job, it's in a kind of commitment that in a span of 5 years, I'll make sure that almost, there is a minor difference between almost and all. So that would be. Third, we must look at, there are several units in tertiary sector where if you relook at the arrangement, you can actually provide relief to the people through employment.
So SIR was one issue in which the Grand Alliance, even the India Alliance came on the roads. You were also a petitioner in the Supreme Court. So does this entire exercise still holds is an issue in this particular election? Because largely we don't see any people coming out and saying that our votes have been cut.
Look, people fought for it. We fought on the courts, we fought on the road, people fought on the roads. Right. So the message has gone that vote chori shall not be, stealing of vote shall not be tolerated. So people have become vigilant. That's the best outcome of that campaign. They are not complacent about it. They are speaking about it. Number one. Now, vote theft, when we said, it had, look at the way Election Commission itself changed several things. In subsequent hearings in the Supreme Court, they could have done it without us going to the Supreme Court. So that tells you There is more to it than what meets the eye. Number one. Number two, vote theft, vote chori has implication for paradigm change also. People wish to secure their vote to see that they get employment, better social security, women empowerment, better education, better health. So protecting a vote means protecting a future. That is the undercurrent of that.
As we heard in the past few days, there likely to be a friendly fight on a few seats. So, how is the alliance going to manage
Look,
that?
I think the number which was, say, around 8, 9, 2, 3 days back, it has substantially gone down around 2 to 3 seats. And election has its own grammar, its own kind of, pace. So as election uh, goes in the full traction mode, I'll tell you, ultimately people will choose who is the candidate, even if there are two from the MGB, who is the one who is going to defeat the NDA candidate. And that is the outcome we all know shall happen. In fact, more than us people know.
2020, there was also a build-up in favor of Tejashwi Yadav as the CM phase. So, what has the RJD or alliance learned from its 2020 experience, the way it has tried to manage its candidate selection or larger messaging? Is there a change in?
I'll tell you, every election gives you a new insight. 2020 and 2025 are not only arithmetically different years. They are different years in terms of many things. It has 2024 Lok Sabha election, where BJP has been reduced to 240 seats, dependent upon perpetual dependence upon Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar here in Bihar. So that's a major milestone between 20 and 2025. Second, our ticket distribution, in fact, ensured that those segments, those units, social units, which were not getting represented or did not have that kind of representation, they get representation. On the whole, it is a balanced thing, better balanced than 2020, and that should be seen in the outcome.
Now, there's another third party in fray this time, the Prashant Kishore's party. He also, there was also something that he'll contest against Tejaswiji. Then he backed out. So, how do you look at Jan Swaraj's challenge in this 2025 elections?
Look, had I not been in Bihar, if I was in Delhi or for that matter in Chennai, there is more of noise about him. And there is a difference between noise and voice from the ground. This difference of noise, which is created by an ecosystem, I must agree that he has lots of resources, all kinds of resources. He has worked with different political parties. He has huge resources, as I said earlier. And if I look at McLuhan's work on media, many a time a noise created gets traction, not on the ground, or more in the minds of the people who think that they study people's mood. But on the ground, I believe Jan Swaraj is not a very important factor.
So, in the NDA, though Nitish, as we said, that Nitish, he's the CM face. But on the other hand, Chirag also wants to be CM. He's clearly said that if not this time, maybe in 2030, I will be the CM face. So, giving this all permutations and combination, how do you look at Nitish Kumar's dilemma in this particular election? Is it something different from his last election for the state?
Look, I'll tell you, my politics largely has been against Nitish. I believe that he was instrumental in providing foothold to RSS in Bihar. RSS did not have any significant foothold in Bihar. Nitish ji more knowingly provided that kind of foothold because he had to accommodate BJP and he had to govern. In fact, all the elections he has fought with BJP. But in spite of being a critique of him, I never thought he should leave Bihar's politics on this note. he's being made irrelevant. Even if he is on a dais, there are people who are dictating him, do this or don't do this. You can't dictate a leader like Nitish Kumar with a list of do's and don'ts. And that's why I said in the context of a different question to you that his core support base is anxiety ridden. They are very unhappy that the people who control JDU are not the ones who had made JDU.
And if you look at the Bihar's political history in the last couple of years, and the way number of political parties, maybe they may be of different side of the coalition contesting election. Hypothetically speaking, if tomorrow there is no clear majority, so will there be a chance where if Nitish Kumar extends or RJD extends their hands of friendship with Nitish Kumar, there could be a meeting of minds at that point?
Look, those kind of bridges have been burnt. And unfortunately, we did not burn it. 15 maybe is a long story. Forget 15. 24, 22, Nitish ji and his party approached us that BJP is almost planning to eat our party. Tejashwi ji was reluctant initially, but he agreed on certain conditions that give me free hand in providing employment or conducting caste survey. I don't think, because Bihar, all said and done, is ideologically a very clear state. It knows the difference between a strategy and ideology, tactics and ideology. So I don't see any possibility. The battle lines are on ideological lines in Bihar. And that's why that hypothetical question, I think this is my answer.
Prohibition in Bihar has one of its government, this particular government stated policy. There have been certain voices that it will be reviewed. Does RJD has a stance on it that?
No, I think the only voice is the new outfit you referred to. They talked about reviewing. Our first priority would be to look at potential revenue generation from alternative sources. And we are working on it. We'll make sure that whatever we used to get through the earlier system, how best that could be compensated. And even with regard to infrastructure projects, Tejashwi ji is in touch with certain people and we are looking at alternatives.
If you were to imagine or give us a picture for the Bihar's electorate, if Tejashwi Yadav ji becomes CM after November 24th, so what can the state look forward to? The people of the state look forward to? What kind of scenario? Is there a picture which they can look forward to?
They an approachable CM, available CM, accessible CM, where whatever be the residence of the CM, Margor, there won't be any barrier. You can go and meet and speak, and there shall be a paradigm shift in terms of issues. Our first target would be that Bihar should learn to live in peace and aim for greater progress every day.
So will the results of Bihar election could impact the national politics? Will there be a larger message for the country's politics?
Look, India is a coalition of states, as we all know. So if a churning like this takes place in Bihar, it is bound to have repercussion for the larger political frame at the national level.